Hello, teachers, librarians, and library in charge. I'm Marifina Navarro. I'm the senior grade school librarian of Elizabeth Seton School, Las Piñas campus, and I'm here to discuss to you the standards for Philippine libraries, school library media centers. An effective school library media center must reflect the needs of its school population. It must be properly and adequately equipped to meet the needs of the curriculum and the users. In order for it to be a real partner in the attainment of educational goals, a set of standards must be followed, and this standard will apply to both elementary and secondary schools in order to assure continuity and quality instruction at all grade levels, both in public and private sectors in the Philippines. So there are 9 major components of this standard. Let's have standard 1, mission, goals, and objectives. Okay, a clearly defined mission, goals, and objectives for the school library media centers shall be established in terms of philosophy, goals, and objectives of the school. A set of policies, procedures, and rules and regulations shall be formulated by the library head and staff to ensure consistency in the operation of services. And a written manual of operation as well as student faculty guides shall be maintained and continuously updated to serve as guide to the staff in the implementation of tasks and to the users in the utilization of resources and services. Okay, so teachers, try to make a simple library objectives based on your school philosophy and objectives. That's it. Make your own rules and regulations on how the student will access your collection or borrow. Then, if possible, try to make a written manual of operation wherein you can write all your process, like on how are you going to acquire your materials, add your programs, your activities, because later on it will help you to defend your requests or demands to your immediate heads or principal. Okay, so let's go to standard 2, administration. So a unified program integrating library and audiovisual programs under the leadership of a qualified and competent professional is recommended. Where there are 2 or more professional librarians, one is appointed as the head to oversee the smooth implementation of services, as well as the supervision of personnel. And the school library media center shall be regularly evaluated in terms of its services, personnel, resources, and not only by the students, but also by the faculty. Okay. Let's have standard 3, human resources. Standard 4, collection management. Okay, so I combined the 2 standards wherein I use a table. So for the first column, there is the number of enrollment. Next is the library staff and collection. So for an enrollment less than 500, there should be 1 full-time professional librarian plus 1 support staff. For an enrollment of 1,000, there should be 1 full-time professional head librarian or media specialist plus 1 full-time librarian or media specialist plus 2 support staff. For an enrollment of 2,000, there should be 1 professional head librarian or media specialist plus 2 professional librarian or media specialist plus 4 support staff. Okay, so for the collection, for print, these are the books. So a basic collection of 3,000 books for tertiary level and a basic collection of 5,000 books for secondary level. A basic subscription of 15 titles of magazines and 10 titles of professional journals. And a basic subscription of 3 titles of newspapers or national coverage and one title of local news coverage. And updated pamphlets, clippings, government document, etc. Okay, for non-print materials, you can start your collection from one map of each geographical region, one special map, two globes, 100 titles of video recordings, 200 titles of sound recordings, 15 titles of slide sets, 25 titles of transparency sets, 50 titles of electronic resources or CD-ROMs, audio books, and at least 1,000 pieces of pictures, charts, and other graphic materials. Okay, so these are just basic collections. Now, what are the qualifications for professional librarian? He or she must be a graduate of BLS, BLIS, BSE, or BSEL, major or minor in library science, or certified by board for librarians or license. Okay, for the library assistant or clerk, he or she must be a graduate of any college course or at least secretarial course. For audiovisual technician, at least a graduate of 2-year course in electronics. Okay. Standard 5. Services and utilization. The School Library Media Center shall be open before, during, and after classes to meet the needs of the clientele and maximize the use of the library resources and facilities and services. Next, Standard 6. Physical facilities. The School Library Media Center shall be housed in a barrier-free and flexible facility that can accommodate a seating capacity of 10% of the total student population. For example, you have an enrollment of 500, so the 10% of that is 50. So the library can accommodate 50 students. Okay? The library shall provide a storage space for print collection, a reading area, a workroom, and a storage room, an office for the head librarian or media center coordinator, as well as a space for formal library instruction. In schools where the library is also a media center, space shall be provided for listening and reading, as well as for the storage, distribution, and repair of audiovisual materials and equipment. The School Library Media Center shall be appropriately equipped with attractive and at the same time functional furniture to make it inviting to young users. We have here 4 pictures. I got this one from the internet. As you can see, this is a typical library wherein there are chairs and tables, books on the sides. Okay, there are paintings on the walls. While this one is not a typical library setup wherein readers are sitting on the floor using pillows. Okay. This one is actual library from Muntinlupa. I got this from Miss Cecile. Okay, so as you can see, students are reading using tables and chairs with different books and materials. And the other one also, as you can see, the walls are painted, libraries are very colorful, and students are reading their books. Standard 7. Information, Technology, Facilities, and Services. So the school library and media center shall have facilities for information technology and communication services. So here, teachers, you can extend your services through the use of internet resources. Okay? You can download some ebooks, e-journals, just provide a good computer. Okay? Standard 8, financial resources. So the school library shall provide adequate funds for staffing and sufficient funds to acquire resources and supplies in support of the school library media center programs. To sustain the library's growth and development, a library and audiovisual fee shall be collected, reviewed periodically, and updated whenever necessary. Funds shall be administered by the librarians and apportioned according to the needs of the school curriculum. Funds shall be budgeted for staff development, investment in new and improved means of information, access and delivery shall be also allocated. What if there's no budget? So that's not our problem. It's the problem of our boss or our principals. Okay, last but not the least, Standard 9, linkages and networking. The school library media center shall participate in resource sharing network in order to increase the opportunities to intensify the collection and services. The school library media center shall establish linkages with other resource centers in the vicinity or community. Example, your barangay, public, and special libraries where students can be referred to for research and additional sources of information. So here I have the Muntinlupa City Public Library headed by Ms. Marilu Lobo. You can send your students there. They are open from Monday to Friday. Okay, so another one is the Mount Parlas Library Association. This group facilitate learning activities for librarians and non-librarians. Okay, so if you have questions, feel free to email me. Welcome to the library, teachers, and have a good day. Thank you.